video is brought to you by Exams A to Z+.
Good morning. Myself Srivani, an assistant professor. So I would like to discuss about the tissues today. So basically, tissue is nothing but a group of cells together forms a tissue. Every living organism consists of cell as a basic structural and functional unit. Group of different kinds of cells form tissues. In a living organism, in a eukaryotic organism basically, so we can observe, particularly in humans, 4 types of tissues. So these are classified based on their location and function. So these 4 types of tissues are, so one is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. Of all the tissues present in our body, so all the tissues are made up of these 4 kinds of tissues. All the organs. Why? Because group of tissues forms organs and organ systems and finally a living organism. So that's why these tissues were able to form different kinds of organs. So this epithelial tissue is nothing but it is also called a surface tissue. So why? Because these kind of tissues are observed on the surface of different organs, and particularly they cover different types of organs and organ systems. So that's why the name itself, epi, is nothing but on the surface. So this name is considered to be epithelial tissue. And the next one, connective tissue. This connective tissue, the name itself indicates connective. So the tissue which connects the different components of a human body is said to be a connective tissue. So this tissue is going to connect different kinds of organs or different kinds of cells or different kinds of tissues, etc. And next, coming to the muscular tissue, it provides a muscle mass to a living organism. Nothing but, so generally the skeleton of any living creature, nothing but a human body for example, so it consists of completely, they are made up of bones, and those bones are covered by a tissue called muscular tissue for easy locomotion or for easy contractions and relaxations, etc. So why? Because muscle itself has a special characteristic feature called contractions and relaxations. So contracting capacity is observed only in muscular tissue. And finally the last one, nervous tissue, the tissue which is capable of sending electrical impulses throughout the body. So that kind of tissue is called nervous tissue. So as we all know, any signal or any impulse has to be transmitted from the brain throughout the body to different organs. So functioning of all kinds of organs in a human body are controlled by the nervous system, nothing but brain and spinal cord. And that kind of impulses or the signals or the information have been transmitted from brain and spinal cord to all the tissues with the help of this nervous tissue. If you see the classification of these 4 kinds of tissues, so epithelial tissue have been classified into 2 types. One is simple epithelium and the second one is compound epithelium. Apart from this, so specialized epithelium is also present. So which is nothing but glandular epithelium. So these classification is based on the simple epithelium consists of very simple structure, nothing but the tissue is made up of a single lining, whereas compound epithelium consists of multiple layers of the cells have been located. In specialized epithelium is nothing but the epithelium present in glands. So this is said to be specialized epithelium. These are the 3 kinds of epithelial tissue: simple epithelium, compound epithelium and specialized epithelium. And the next one, coming to the connective tissue. So this connective tissue have been classified again into four types. So one is connective tissue proper, and next one is fluid connective tissue, nothing but blood, and next solid connective tissue, bone, and semi solid connective tissue is cartilage. So these four types of connective tissues, connective tissue proper, so blood, cartilage and bone, these are four types of connective tissues observed in a human body. So in this connective tissue proper consists of different kinds of loose and dense connective tissue, which is spreaded, which is distributed throughout different parts of the body. So whereas fluid connective tissue, blood, is nothing but, it is called fluid connective tissue as it connects the different parts of the body as it floats throughout the body in through the blood vessels and blood capillaries. So that's why it is said to be fluid connective tissue. It is also connecting different parts of the body, that's why it is called fluid connective tissue. And cartilage and bone, there comes under a solid connective tissue. This cartilage is not complete solid, whereas bone is very strong and it is a solid connective tissue. So bone helps in connecting, or nothing but simply we can say bone is responsible for formation of a structure of a human body. So that's why it is said to be solid connective tissue, and cartilage is a soft bone, we can call it as. So that's why it is also, obviously it is also connecting different parts of the body. So located, for example, like nose and ear, they are made up of cartilaginous bone, very soft bones. So that's why, so these are also said to be, they also comes under connective tissue. And the next one, muscular tissue. So this muscular tissue have been classified into three types, again skeletal muscle or skeletal muscle tissue, smooth muscle tissue and cardiac muscle tissue. This classification is based on their voluntary and involuntary actions. This skeletal muscle is located around the skeleton. Skeleton is nothing but bone. The muscle which is located around the bone is said to be skeletal muscle. Why? Because it helps in the movement of bones. So the bone can be moved with the help of a muscle. Okay, so that's why, so as it produces contractions and relaxations, so the muscle have the capacity, special characteristic feature, so that's why it is able to produce contractions and relaxations. So hence the skeletal muscle is present around the bones or around the skeleton, hence the name is called skeletal muscle. And obviously it is a voluntary muscle, so nothing but, so under conscious control, nothing but their movement, the movement of this skeletal muscle will be under conscious control. So for example, if we observe the movement of hand or movement of leg, etc., nothing but the muscle surrounding the bone have to be moved under conscious control. Only if under the brain, it will be under brain control. So nothing but so the person will know, so while moving this muscle, so the movement of our hand and legs, etc., so will be under voluntary control except under reflex action. So that is a separate point. And the next one, smooth muscle, the muscle which is covering the internal organs or different kinds of internal systems like digestive system, respiratory system and reproductive system, excretory system, nothing but urinary system. So all kinds of the systems, nothing but like for example respiratory system, so the muscle covering the help in the formation of lungs, so that is said to be smooth muscle. And complete the digestive system includes, so all the smooth muscle completely, for example like stomach muscle present in the stomach and muscle present in the intestine, so all those are made up of smooth muscles. And not only that, so you can observe in case of urinary bladder, or kidneys or uterus, so in all those parts we can observe smooth muscle. So this muscle is also able to produce contractions and relaxations. So and because of that, so there are metabolic activities like respiration, digestion, excretion, reproduction, etc. So this is about the smooth muscle. And the next one is cardiac muscle. So you can observe skeletal muscle around the bones and smooth muscles around the internal organs, and this smooth muscle is involuntary. So unlike the skeletal muscle is voluntary control, nothing but under conscious control of the person, whereas the smooth muscle is involuntary. It is not under conscious control of a person. So for example, like respiration, digestion, excretion, this process will not be under voluntary action. It is an involuntary action that is performed by brain. It is a regular process and it is performed by brain and spinal cord. Nothing but it's under control of nervous system. And the next one, cardiac muscle. So it is a specialized type of muscle. So obviously all the muscles have the ability of contractions and relaxations, and cardiac muscle is also able to produce contractions and relaxations, but their location is only at a specific location, nothing but at a specific part. So cardiac muscle is highly specialized and only observed in case of heart, nothing but cardia. So cardiac means it is related to heart. So the muscle covering the heart is said to be cardiac muscle, and you can nowhere found this cardiac muscle other than the heart. And it is highly specialized because it has the ability of production of its own impulses. So that's why this cardiac muscle have a special ability of pacemaker activity. So nothing but, so in our body, in a human body, so all other functions all other functions have been controlled by brain except the heart rate or heartbeat. So it is controlled by heart itself, as it consists of SA node, pacemaker, which is able to producing its own electrical impulses, so that our its own action potentials. That's why cardiac muscle is specialized and it can produce its own electrical impulses and pacemaker activity. So that's why it is highly specialized, and obviously cardiac muscle is also involuntary in action. So this is about the muscular tissue. And the next, coming to the nervous tissue. This nervous tissue is mainly divided into two types, neurons and neuroglia. So particularly this nervous tissue, the name itself indicates a nervous tissue which is related to nervous system. So nothing but brain, spinal cord, neurons, etc. So apart from the neurons, the basic and structural and functional unit of brain and spinal cord, these neurons, other type of cells will also present which helps in the formation of nervous system, which is said to be neuroglia. So these are supporting cells which supports the neurons. So that's why these are said to be supporting cells of the neurons. So nervous tissue consists of these two types of structures. One is neurons and neuroglia, which helps in transmission of nerve impulses or electrical impulses from brain and spinal cord to different parts of the body. So this is about the introduction to tissues.